Hey, what's up guys, PrologueYGO here today, and today we have Generators versus Code Talkers, and we will be seeing the Generator play going first, and he opens up with World Legacy Monstrosity, Gila, Generator Boss Fight, another Monstrosity, Trias Hierarchia, and then we will be seeing the Code Talker player open up with Cyber's Gadget, Ash, Silent Mining, Mathematical Subtraction, and Silent Codec. And so the generator players will be going first. In main phase 1, he's gonna set one boss fight, activate Monstrosity, he's gonna special summon from the hand, he's gonna special the Hierarchia, and then set Monstrosity and pass. And that's the thing with this deck is it does break a little bit here and there, so that's all you can end on. And then the Code Talker player draws Mathematical Addition for a turn, and then standby phase, and then Generator player activates boss fight for on the standby phase. And he's gonna activate boss stage directly from the deck. Then the player draws, and then his opponent draws Code Generator from boss fight's effect, and that's going to trigger boss stage because boss stage effect is once per turn. If a card is added from the main deck to your opponent's hand, except during the damage step, you can special summon one generator monster from your deck in defense. So he's going to trigger the effect of special in defense. That's going to get met with an Ash, and he's going to activate World Legacy Monstrosity, and then he's going to special summon, he's going to target Hierarchia to special summon 2 level 9 monsters, each with different original type and attribute from that face-up targeted monster, and with different names from each other, but these 2 monsters can attack, also destroy them during the end phase. He's going to special Frody and Har. And then boss stage effect. If you special summon a generator monsters during your opponent's turn, you can special summon as many generator tokens. They're light fairy monsters, level 4 with 15 attack and defense and attack. And he's gonna special 2 of them. And then his opponent goes to main phase 1, and he just passes turn. So him passing turn, he doesn't allow hard to negate, and then he doesn't get Frody's effect, and then and then during the end phase, Monstrosity resolves, and then the Har and the Frody are destroyed during the end phase. And then the generator player draws Lopter for turn, and Lopter is a quick effect during the main phase. You contribute 1 generator monster, so it can do itself as well. To special summon 1 level 9 generator monster with a different name from your deck. Main phase 1, he summons Lopter, activate Lopter effect, tribute self, and he's gonna summon Mardell. And then Mardell's effect is if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 generator card or 1 plant monster from your deck to your hand, except Mardell. And he's going to use this effect of Mardell once per turn. And then he's going to trigger Mardell's effect. And he's going to add generator boss quest. And then activate boss quest effect. And then boss quest effect is reveal 1 generator monster in your hand, and if you do, add up to 2 generator spell traps with different names from each other from your deck to your hand, and then place the revealed card on the bottom of your deck, and you can activate it once per turn. So reveal Gila, and then he's gonna add boss fight and another boss stage, and then place the Gila on the bottom. and he's gonna overlay into Jormungandr. And then Jormungandr's effect is quick effect. You can detach one material from this card. Each player draws one card. Then each player that drew attaches one card from their hand or field to this card. And you can only use this effect of Jormungandr once per turn. And then you're going to control one of him. And then his original attack and defense is 1000 times the number of materials it has. So he's going to use the effect detach, and then each player draws one. And he draws into double guess, and then the opponent draws into microcoder, and he's gonna give his double guess, and the opponent's gonna give the microcoder, and so it has 3 materials now, and then boss stage is going to trigger because the opponent added a card from their deck to their hand, and he's gonna get to special summon a generator monster from his deck. And special summons Lopter, and I enter battle, and it swings for 3000, goes main phase 2, sets boss fight, pass turn, and then the co-target player draws boss stage for turn. That does trigger boss stage because the card is still added from the main deck to the hand to special summon a generator monster from the deck. And he's gonna special hard. Oh, and then Lopter's effect also is during your opponent's turn, all generator monsters you control gain 1000 attack and defense. So that's an attack boost right there and defense. And then boss stage triggers because a generator monster was special summoned during your opponent's turn for the tokens. So he's gonna get 3 tokens. Standby main. Opponent activates Signet Codec. And then he activates one-time passcode for a level 4 Light Cyber's token. He's gonna link it off to Baylinks. Baylinks effect triggers to add Sanctuary, and he's gonna activate Trias Hierarchia in the graveyard. So the effect is, if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you contribute up to 3 fairy monsters. Special summon this card, but banishing won't leave the field. Then you can apply the following effects in sequence, depending on the number of tributed monsters. So if it's 2 or more, you can destroy one card your opponent controls. It does not target. And then if it's 3, you get to draw 2. And do note that the tokens are fairies, so he's going to tribute all 3, and then summon itself, and then he's going to pop the Baylinks, and then he's also going to draw 2, and then he draws into another boss stage and Imperm. And then Baylinks resolves to add Sanctuary, and then Hard triggers. So Hard's effect is, once per turn, if your opponent adds a card from the deck to their hand, except during the draw phase, you can make your opponent send 1 card from their hand or field to the graveyard, their choice. And so the opponent's, and then he's gonna activate the quick effect of Jormungandr to each player draw 1, and then equip, and then attach 1 to it. He's gonna detach Mardell. He draws the Gila. The opponent draws into backup secretary, and then he's going to attach the boss stage in the field zone to it, and the opponent's gonna attach the sanctuary to it, and then Hard's effect resolves, and then he's gonna send a backup secretary for it, and Lopter's quick effect, tribute self, and he's gonna special Nidhogg. And the Nidhogg is a tribute 1 generator monster or 1 worm monster, negate the summon if you do destroy that monster. And it's quick effect. He's gonna activate Mathematics Subtraction, targeting Jormungandr to reduce by 1000, and then special summon Subtraction, and special solve. and then she's going to use Generaiders effect for the link summon. So you can also, so if a Cyrus monster you control would be used as link material for a target monster, this card in your hand can also be used as material. So he's gonna link them off into Code Talker, and then the opponent is going to activate the quick effect of Nidhogg to negate the summon. And he's gonna tribute itself, and then negate the summon of Code Talker. And he's gonna activate Mathematic Additions effect to special self, targeting hard to add 1,000 to special self, and then he's going to normal Cyber's Gadget, link both off for another Code Talker, and then activate Signet Codex effect. And the Codex effect is if a Code Talker monster is special summoned from the extra deck to your field, except during the damage step, you can target one of those monsters, add one Cyber's monster with the same attribute, so he can add a Dark from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Cyber's monsters, even if this card leaves the field. You cannot add other monsters with that same attribute to your hand by the effect of Signet Codex this turn, and you can only activate the effect of Signet Codex once per chain. So he's going to add a Dark, and then Cyber's Gadget triggers, and a Gadget's effect is if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can special summon one Gadget token. So he's going to get a token, and then Codex effect, add a Dark. He's going to add Microcoder, and Microcoder's effect to link summon using itself as a material in the hand as well. For a Code Talker monster, it could be used as a material. So it's going to be Microcoder and Code Talker to go into transcode, and then Signet Codex triggers again to add an Earth because another Code Talker was special summoned, and then target transcode, and then Microcoder's effect. If this card is sent from the field or from the hand or field to the graveyard as a material for the link summon of a Code Talker monster, you can either add one Signet spell or trap from your deck to your hand, and if this card on the field was used as a material, you can add one level 4 Cyber's monster instead. But because it was used as material from the hand, you can only add a Signet spell trap. So we're going to go ahead and add Signet optimization, and then Signet Codex, adding Dotscaper. And he's going to activate Signet Mining, pitching Dotscaper, and then the opponent's going to chain Hard to negate that. Hard's effect is when a card or effect is activated. Quick effect, you can tribute 2 Generator or Spellcaster monsters, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So he's going to tribute Hard, and let's see, and the XC, and then chain boss fight, chain 3, and then adding Lady Debug from Signet Mining, and Dotscaper's effect. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card, and then you're going to use one each effect per duel. And then boss stage triggers because Lady Debug was added from the main deck to the hand to special a generator from your deck to the field. And he's going to special Utgarda, and then Dotscaper special himself, and then transcode effect, target the microcoder, special it, and he's going to use microcoder and the token into an X-Code Talker, and X-Code Talker's effect. When this card is link summoned, you can choose unused main monster zones equal to the number of monsters currently in the extra monster zones. So right now it's only 1. And then those zones cannot be used while this card is faced up on the field. And then you're gonna use this effect of X-Code Talker once per turn. Monsters this card points to gain 500 attack. Also, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. And then sign a codec effect again. And it's gonna target the X-Code Talker to add a wind. And the X-Code Talker's effect, he's gonna target this zone right here. And you can see there's an X, and then adding PrologueYGO, and he's gonna link Xcode and Dotscaper for access code. Access code effect to target the Xcode Talker to gain 3000. And then access code effect again. Banishing Dark. He's gonna pop the Utgarda. And the effect, banish a fire, target Harakia, banish, and the effect again, banish wind. He's gonna pop the boss stage. And assign the optimization. If your code target monster battles, your opponent cannot activate cards or effect until the end of the damage step. During your main phase, you can immediately, after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 Cybers monster. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of this turn, except Cybers monsters. And then you can only use this effect of Signet optimization once per turn. So that's already game right there. His opponent doesn't have much, can't do much. And enter battle. And transcode swings for 28. And then he's gonna attack with access code. And then that's game. So that was pretty interesting. The opponent for the what is it? Code targets passed on their first turn, and then the opponent just couldn't do anything. And then he did end up having a solid board, but the opponent was able to get through that. Alright, so game 2, we're going to be seeing the Generator player going first, and he draws War Legacy, Monstrosity, Nidhogg, Lopter, Utgarda, and Boss Stage. And then the opponent draws Microcoder, Backup Secretary, Cerberus Gadget, Salamangreat Great Spinny, and Silent Mining. And we'll go main phase 1. And he's gonna normal summon Lopter, Lopter effect, trip yourself, special summon Mardell, and trigger Mardell effect. And then he's gonna add Boss Quest. And then activate Boss Quest. And he's gonna add Boss Stage and Boss Fight. And then he's gonna place one at the bottom. And activate Monstrosity. Special 2. Target Mardell and special 2 from the deck. And he specials Har and Nidhogg, the one that he just probably placed at the bottom. And then activates Boss Stage. And then overlays to Jormungandr. And then activate the effect. Detach, each player draws to Magical Meltdown. That's interesting. And then opponent draws into Mathematic Sigma. And then he attaches the Meltdown. And then the opponent gives him the Spinny. And then triggers Boss Stage because a card was added from the deck to your opponent's hand. And then Har triggers. And he's gonna send Sigma for Har. And Boss Stage resolve. Special Frody. And it's gonna overlay to 9 Lives Cat. Your opponent cannot target other monsters you control that were special summoned from the graveyard with card effects. You can attach 1 Mercenaries from this card, then target 1 level 9 monster in your graveyard or 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it. You're gonna use this effect on 9 Lives Cat once per turn. And then he's gonna activate the effect. And then special summons Har. And then sets Boss Fight. And draw phase. Opponent draws into a Summon Great Gazelle, triggering boss stage. And then special summon Generaiders. And then trigger boss stage for the tokens. So that's a pretty impressive board. Standby main. Opponent activates Sigma. And then he's gonna chain to negate. Or he's gonna chain Jormungandr as effect. So each player draws one, draws to Hierarchia, and the co-target player draws into Co-Generator. And he's gonna attach the boss stage to it. And the co-target player is gonna give him the Silent Mining. Then the Vulgus effect. What is it? Special summon from your hand and defense. Exactly that many generated monsters, all with different names from each other, and from the attributed monsters. And then Sigma special summon itself. And then Har's effect. He's gonna send Gazelle. And then Coder's effect. And he's gonna link Coder and Sigma into Code Talker. And Michael Coder's effect to add a Silent Spell or Trap from the deck. That's gonna get met with Har. He's gonna tribute the Divulgus and a token to negate that. And chaining 3 boss fight. That's gonna activate. It's gonna add boss stage and draw 1. And then he draws the Silent Coding off of boss fight. And then Michael Coder's effect is negated from the Har. And boss stage effect because Silent Codec was added. And special summon Lopter. And Lopter's effect, so they all gain 1000. And then activates Silent Codec. And then using Code Generator's effect, he's gonna link Code Generator and the Code Talker to transcode. And then Silent Codec, try to get transcode. And then using Code Generator's effect, you can add if this card on, let's see, if this card is sent from the hand to the field or field to the graveyard as material, you can send one Cyber Sponsor with 200 or less attack from your deck to the graveyard. And that's going to get met with Atgarda to tribute 2 generator monsters or rock. Target one card on the field, banish it. And it's going to tribute it and Lopter. And to banish the Transcode Talker, he's going to send the Dotscaper off of Code Generator's effect. And Dotscaper's effect, because it was sent, it's going to special summon itself. And normal summon Cyber Gadget. Cyber Gadget effect to target 1 level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard, special summon defense. The effects are negated. And he targets the microcoder. And specials microcoder and links it off to Balinks. And then he's gonna activate Gadget's effect for the token, chain 1. And then he's gonna link the token and Dotscaper for Code Talker inverted. And then the Inverted's effect. If this card is linked summoned, you can special summon 1 Cyrus monster from your hand to your zone this card points to. So he has a backup secretary. And Dotscaper, target inverted to add a light. He's gonna add Lady Debug off of Silent Codec. And then instead of special summoning the backup secretary, because it was chain link 1, he's going to special Lady Debug off the effective invert instead. And Lady Debug's effect. He's going to add CR Archiver, link them off for transcode, and then assign a codec, target transcode for Earth, and a C Archiver. If a monster is no more special summoned to a zone a link monster points to, you can special summon this card from your graveyard or hand, or banish it when it leaves the field. And he's gonna add Get Cherry at Ignister off of transcode for assign a codec. And then Get Cherry's effect. You can target one Cyber's effect monster you control, negate its effect, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. So he's gonna use it as an extender. He's gonna target the C Archiver, and then summon himself, negate it, and then link both off into Update Jammer, and then link Baylinks and Microcoder into Splash Mage, and then Splash Mage effect to Reborn, special summon one Cyber monster in defense position, and then its effects are negated, and then you're locked to Cyber monsters. It's gonna target the Gatcherry, Reborn's Gatcherry, and links Gatcherry off as transcode into access code, and then assign a codec, target access code to add dark, and Gatcherry's effect. If this card is sent from the field to your graveyard, you can target one face-up monster you control. That target is unaffected by your opponent's card effects until the end of your opponent's turn. He's going to target the access code so it's unaffected. And then access code effect, targeting transcode for 3000. And then cross debug is added from Sonic Codec, and then access code effect, banishing dark, and he's gonna pop the Jormungandr, and he's gonna link them off, link Splash Mage and Update Gem off into Firewall Dragon. And then Update Gem's effect to attack twice. And cross debug's effect. If you control 2 or more link monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. During damage calc, if your link monster battles an opponent's link monster, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Then target one link monster in your graveyard. Your battling monster cannot be destroyed by that battle. Also, until the end of this turn, it gains attack equal to that target's attack. So he's going to extend with that and link it off into Talkback Lancer, and then special the backup secretary, and Talkback Lancer's effect. You contribute one other Cyrus monster, then target one Code Talker monster in your graveyard with a different original name from that monster. Special summon to your zone this card points to. So he's gonna end up tributing these backup secretary so he can reborn to the zone. And he's gonna target transcode, reborn transcode, and then access code effect, banish a light. Gonna pop the ball stage, access code effect, banish fire. Gonna pop hard, and effect again. This is broken. Jammer's effect. Banish wind. And he's gonna pop the last one. Enter battle. Access code for 53. Firewall for 3000, and that's game. So a 2-0 by Code Talkers against Generators. That was a very interesting match. The the co-toggle player just kept extending through. The generator player was putting up a good battle right there on turn 2, but co-targets could just keep extending, and he just kept going through, and eventually got to the boss monster, and just kept going, just pushing through, and eventually got game with it. So